Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. Recently I just watched the latest episode of Downton Abbey and I thought it was truly sensational. It was really a tremendous episode, and in this one, if you watched the previous one, you know that Mrs. Hughes was actually pressured by Jonathan Bates about Anna and what happened to her, and of course she did not reveal who the assailant was, or the rapist, I should say, to be more apropos and current as well as politically correct, and accurate. But it actually had some rather ominous foreshadowing, I do believe, concerning Bates, because I thought, oh, we're going to go through this again. Arthur, one of the footmen, he receives the opportunity of a lifetime by being accepted someplace. I'm not going to say where, but it's very prestigious, and he gets a little bit of disappointment. Another new invention arrives at Downton. I'm not going to say what that is, along with that of a new lady's maid who I don't like very much. Well, we all knew that there was going to be a time when we would have another lady's maid that would just decide to join her forces with one of my least favorite characters. I mean, he had redeemable characteristics during the Great War episodes, but he is just so conniving and manipulative and scheming and greasy and just a bastard. Sorry to say that. Excuse my French, but that is what he is. And needless to say, I don't like him very much. And I don't like this woman either. Her name's Baxter, and she's just pretending to get on with everybody because she has ulterior motives. But yeah, I've got my theories about Baxter. Seems that Lady Mary has another suitor, and I'm not sure if I like him as much as I like Tony, because when she let Tony go, I thought, oh, Mary, you imbecile, why, for the love of Pete, did you let him go? You're such a dumb. And I was, that was going on inside of my head. I didn't actually yell that at my screen, but I wanted to. Ugh, so upset with Mary, and I thought, he was a perfect gentleman, and you let him escape. Oh well. And Sybil, oh, excuse me, why am I saying that? Sybil's gone. Lady Edith, she's still with her beau, and she went to the doctor. Now, they didn't reveal why she went to see the doctor. I have a theory on this. Maybe it will be revealed. Excuse me. As to why she actually went to go see the doctor. So we shall definitely see in the future. But this episode was really quite grand, especially with Lady Grantham's barbs as usual, and Carson's glowering and his ever so bushy eyebrows protruding, and making himself intense. And I don't know what it is, but I just absolutely adore Carson. That's why if I ever get another Airedale, I'll probably name him Carson. Just because they have the same kind of bushy eyebrows, and I could see my dog doing that to me, intimidating me. But instead, with status and clout, it would be with cuteness and adorability, and then he would use stare, and it would be super effective. Why am I using Pokemon references in a Downton Abbey review? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm sleepy, and I need to go to bed. But I get a little loopy when I don't get sleepy. Sorry about that. But in the course of let's see, projects. I just started recently watching Badlands Rumble. Of course, I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I've been watching Space Dandy, which I really like. I've enjoyed it immensely. It's like a combination of Star Trek meets Space Cobra. Well, if Space Cobra had the stylings of Rio from Shaman King, you know, the same pompadour. There was a character on Bobo who was the same, but his pompadour was like a missile. And that was one of the telling things that was kind of a sight gag, and it was really quite humorous. But my favorite pompadour character of all time would have to be Rio. And Dandy definitely brings to mind Rio from Shaman King, and he has the same kind of lascivious modus operandi, as well as his raison d'etre is just making sure the ladies are appeased. And I don't know where that accent came from, but it sounded kind of Cajun. I'm not sure where these things are coming from, and it's just my mind wandering, going off in different directions at all points, and sometimes I can't help it. It's just my mind is overly active. Anywho, that's about all I'm up to, other than I'm writing a distorted perspective. It's called distorted perspective. It's about a young lady who has different personalities, and the personalities don't really start coming out again until she falls in love, and it's quite by accident too. And writing another tale. It's about a man who quantum walks into the 21st century from the Renaissance, and he meets the girl from his own village, and he realizes that they have reincarnated in this timeline, and they've done so before, and he can only remember some of the past because of what she can recall, because they have a shared past. It's rather intriguing, I think, that whole idea of a continuous timeline and past, present, and future all one. And it's something I learned in a DVD that I watched called The Akashic Record, which, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it, and you can get it from ARE's website, which is arecatalog.org, I do believe. And it's giving me more understanding of fluidity of time rather than just a linear perception of it. Sorry, I'm getting off on a kind of esoteric physics discussion, but it's one of my favorite things. I love time travel, and I love the whole idea that we make real what we manifest. And it's funny I came to that, but I was talking to a friend of mine. He was talking to me about somebody I'm speaking to recently online, and it's, you know, we only speak. I mean, I haven't really seen him, and I don't think it's likely that I will see him. It's good that we have a good connection. He's in another state, and I'm here. He's not that far away, but he keeps telling me, "Oh, I want to come and see you, and do you think we get much sleep tonight if I were with you? And, I mean, like hitting you with kisses." Yeah, I love the sound of that, as enticing as it would be, and how exhilarating that entire experience would be for me. I would absolutely lavish all of it, because I am very tactile in nature, and I'm very ticklish, especially right here. This is a vulnerable area. And I just love to have my arms stroked, or I love touching and being touched. I know a lot of people are like, "Ugh." But in everyday life, I mean, I wouldn't let a total stranger do that to me unless I have to trust somebody. I have certain issues with trust because I've been stabbed in the back one too many times, and I like to be very discerning about whom I speak to and why, and if they have any schemes that they might be pulling over on me. And I don't like to be taken advantage of because a lot of people think they can, because I look very young and naive, unexperienced. Yeah, I know I am. I'm still in the process of learning about people, but I can read people pretty well. I'm quite the detective. I learned that from my mother. My mother probably was the closest thing I'll ever come to an actual Sherlock Holmes. She was absolutely incredible. She was a brilliant woman. I could not pull anything on my mother. I couldn't lie to her. I couldn't hold anything from her because she could read me like a book. And we had a telepathic link, she and I, and my father and I had the same thing. But when you live with someone long enough under the same roof, and I don't know if it's more common with empaths, but I know that Mom and I had it, Dad and I have it. Yeah, I'm very adept at just kind of reading people and understanding why people do certain things, even though I've never taken psychology. I've taken ethics and medical ethics, and it's just something that you get through observation. And you know, I guess you can consider me a kind of a non-professional detective in a way. I wouldn't consider myself good, but anyway, we talked about how I was delusional, and I was just putting up all these expectations for myself, and none of these expectations were coming to pass, and I just felt like, where is this going? This isn't even a relationship. It's just nothing but blips on a screen. I need something real. So I'm looking for I'm looking forward to bettering myself first. I'm going to work on me. It sounds very selfish, I know, but I'm going to work on me, and I'm going to work on my success. And I've put in a lot of applications for other jobs because I'm getting really burnt on the job that I have right now. I've been in the same field for 5.5 years, different company, and I'm not getting enough hours. I don't get any benefits. I don't have any insurance. I'm lower middle class. Beyond that, I keep myself going through my writing and my drawing and my singing, dancing, and etc. My playing, when I play in chord on my keyboard. It keeps me happy. My music keeps me alive. Nature keeps me alive. My animals keep me alive. Just every day going from here to there, the mundane things that I do, even that keeps me going. And even though sometimes I just feel like I'm on autopilot, and most of the things that I do just absolutely bore me. I'm looking at the walls of such ennui. I'm thinking, oh, when is this going to end? Why can't I get a better job? I mean, I know it's not my fault. The economy is in the crapper right now, but it will get better. I know it will get better. I have a good feeling about the position I put in for, and I know they're going to call me, and I'm going to try to get more hours where I work, because unless I say something, nothing will be done. And they know that I am a good worker. I am one of the few people that actually smiles at people. I go out of my way to help other people because I like to do so. I don't do so begrudgingly. I do so out of my volition. And why not? I mean, I am here to help others. This is what I want to be known for. Service. I want to be remembered for the contributions that I'm making to society and my community, and even though I may not be, what does it matter? I mean, I left behind a legacy of creativity and artwork and music and song and dance and laughter and anecdotes that will never become old. Um, I will be recalled for that. I hope to God nobody cries at my funeral. That would be very remorseful, and I would be so heartbroken. I really don't want people to cry at my funeral. I know I'm getting kind of morbid here, but I really don't. That's just one thing that I will not abide. I want people to see it as a celebration, because I like to celebrate. I'm a lot like Pinkie Pie. Like I said before in one of my reviews about My Little Pony, when comparing myself to some of the characters, I'm like a combination of Twilight and Pinkie Pie, which is a very unusual combination indeed. But I think that I can go into serious Twilight mode, or I can go into spontaneous Pinkie Pie mode, where you don't know what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to say, or what I'm going to try out, or it's just totally random. And I actually like doing the voices. I love doing impersonations. I like doing voices. I just like being, lighthearted and fun. And I like having good, clean fun. I'm not one of those people. I don't like hurting other people's feelings. I'm not that type. I'm an only child. I could have had a twin. And there was one kind of really weird thought. I thought, what if I had a brother? And my brother was just like me. And I married my brother. I think, that would probably happen to me. I would be like, Sherlock Holmes and Mycroft, but, it would be different, because I would I would have a brother that I would actually get along with, and, it would be incest, and our kids would be freaks, but, who cares? I mean, I would have somebody who would understand me. I would have somebody who has intellect and heart. I would have somebody that actually can tolerate me, other than me, and, it would work. Because, in the real world, finding somebody that has brain and heart is very challenging, and it's very rare, and it's the unicorn out in the meadows somewhere. You gotta let it come to you, and I know that eventually the unicorn in the meadow will come to me, but it's just all this time and just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I feel exactly like Sleeping Beauty. My life is like Sleeping Beauty's life mixed with Rapunzel's life, because, well, I've been a little bit sheltered. Let's just face it. Let's just say what it is. But other than that, I can't really say too terribly much. I'm going to be reading another book here in a bit. It's called The Kiss. It's by Patterson, I do believe. It's Witch and Wizard, which I really quite like. I'm big into magic and wizardry, as you probably realize with my name being Alchemist too. I'm quite the Harry Potter fan, and I took a quiz on Facebook, and I turned out to be Luna Lovegood, which really didn't surprise me all that much. I could see myself being Luna, though I'm kind of shocked that I didn't turn out to be Hermione, because my mom said now I'm going to get a little bit teary-eyed, but I don't know why. I miss Mom, but when Mom was alive, she said that I reminded her of Hermione. And I always thought that was the most touching thing that anybody can say, because I like Hermione quite a bit, and I could see a lot of myself in her. But I could relate so much to Harry, just because he was misunderstood, and a lot of kids well, they really didn't want to have a lot to do with me when I was younger, because they didn't understand me. That's why I said if I had a fraternal twin, we would probably be married and have 2 inbred children right now. And who knows, they might be savants, and then they would rule the world with their intellect. That would be very interesting. But they would marry normal people and have normal children, unlike themselves. Normal is overrated, but anyway, I'm not sure why I'm going off into all these directions at once, but that's all I wanted to say. And I will keep you updated on everything that I've been doing. I will hopefully do a review of Atlantis when I see it. And that's it. So, ciao.